Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to revisit the Quasar trials now that the invasion event has returned for those of you that were not able to capitalize on his yellow and red stars previously before. Now, guys, I got a mix of good and bad news. Unfortunately, for once, I am not able to actually fully complete all of the rewards here in its entirety. I'll tell you why, because of the fact that they've revised this event, but also I say good news because at the end of the day, you do actually need less teams to go through this entire event now that it's only 10 nodes as well. And really, the issue isn't the challenging content that comes with it. It's the fact that we're just stargated. Even with all of the packs and scourges activated at 235, it's actually not bad at all when you have leveled up a lot of these characters and teams, especially if they're required for raids and whatnot. It's just me being free to play, and I personally like min-maxing certain teams. I'll probably get it done eventually when these events return again, but it's just because I don't want to use my antimatter actually to farm more shards of characters like Sue Storm and Franklin Richards, just because I am hoarding right now the antimatter, and especially since they're becoming more farmable in the coming months as well. So this is my personal preference and guidance right there. But if you guys are honestly looking for maximizing some of these red stars, this is how you can do it. But let me just show you here. So we were able to do 9 nodes and finish the score here at 1.598. Obviously, I can still finish the 10th node here, but it won't get me to the 2 million mark there, which is the 7 yellow stars if you're looking to get the 7 yellow of Quasar. On top of that, obviously, the 50 pieces of mini uniques for Mystic Gear, which is really good, especially if you're looking to accumulate that for Age of X. So let me show you all the different teams and synergies as well as what I use personally for myself to get through it. And again, the most difficult thing about this event isn't really if it's actually hard to go through. It's actually just getting stargated. So stargated as in you need characters at 7 yellow stars to participate in difficulty 10, and if you don't have that, you're not going to be able to get through all the way to the finish line. So it's more free to play friendly in the sense that if you have 2 fully built teams with Quasar, it's actually a really easy event. I was autoing most of the nodes, so that's why we won't do any gameplay footage, but let me show you real quick here what to expect. So first couple nodes, I actually just brought in my my vigilante team, and they basically just got the work done with Quasar. And again, if you don't have Quasar, just bring your vigilante. Actually, I would recommend going through the whole thing at a lower difficulty to unlock Quasar at, like, let's say, I think his unlock comes at milestone 7. So even just getting him access to him, and even getting to like milestone 9 where you can get 2 red of him, that's going to allow you to be able to bring him into of this trials event, because he is easily the most important character, and he can slot in as a 5th piece if you don't have the other characters at certain star levels. So keep in mind, again, a lot of my characters are 7 yellow stars like the Vigilante and Thunderbolts, but if you don't have Fantastic 4 or a Cursed at those star levels, that's why we're only doing difficulty 9, because I only have both my Sue Storm and Franklin Richards at 6 yellow, and even my Mr. Fantastic, he's only at 5 yellow, so that's why we're only doing this difficulty, and you'll see it's actually not even that bad. So missions 1 and 2, we were able to use our Vigilante plus Quasar, and again, I'd recommend just the full Vigilante team if you don't have Quasar. Next up for mission 3, then it has to be either Vigilante or Thunderbolts in addition to Quasar. So obviously Vigilante being the better team, I would recommend that. 3 and 4, that's what we did, in addition to Quasar being that 5th piece. And again, if you don't have Quasar, just go ahead and use the full team. So this is where it got interesting, because as I noted earlier, I don't have Mr. Fantastic at 6 stars even, right? So then what you had to do is get a little creative with these other nodes, because you'll see, thankfully, a Quasar slots in as that 5th piece, but then I only have my Sue Storm and Franklin Richards being the other 2 characters. Now, I had to bring in a character like Mortal, because Mortal was actually part of my Age of X. But the point I'm trying to illustrate here is that if you have other characters at that 6 or 7 yellow star mark, you can bring them in. And that's why we're able to get this done on difficulty 9. I could technically try this on difficulty 10 and bring in some characters like you can see on here. My Human Torch, he's not even in orange gear, and I just brought him in because I just needed a 5th character. You can do that, but you won't be able to handle the difficulty on difficulty 10 just based on how much stronger the enemies are. So maybe later on, if I decide to go that route, but in the meantime, I'm pretty happy that we were able to get almost all the milestones with the exception of 1. So again, you have to get creative there, and then obviously the preference here is if you have more Fantastic Four members already at 6 or 7 yellow stars, then go ahead, increase the difficulty, because that's going to be the best way to go about it. Same thing here. So Human Torch died because obviously with him having purple gear, same thing. I rinse and repeat. I brought in the Thing, and he also died here. Thankfully, like I said, Mortal slots in as that 4th piece, even though he wasn't really part of my game plan. I like Azazel too, because Azazel can be counted as Hellfire Club and as well as a Cursed for Chapter 1 and 2. So when Blastar is over and his event doesn't come back, that's really nice that Azazel can double dip in the 2. And then we go back to Mission 7 and 8, where we're just returning back as Vigilante or Thunderbolts and Quasar, and we know the drill already, right? This is the standard team. And then last but not least, we do finish up things here with that same 4, except now I'm bringing in Mr. Fantastic, the old one. Because he's also slottable here as well, and if you have him at 7 yellow stars, great. So there you guys have it. That's all I have in a nutshell. It's unfortunate we can't do difficulty 10 because, like I said, even both my Sue Storm and Franklin Richards, they're only 6 yellow stars, and as I alluded to earlier, I could technically farm them over time here in the antimatter store, but they have basically reached the end here of this antimatter store, right? Like, if you think about it, Hellfire Club has been added, Insidious is already on the way, so it's very shortly that this fantastic team is already going to be coming into the way of free-to-play for farmability in terms of, you know, orbs, other avenues like campaign and so forth. It's going to be next month, so that's why I don't really care. It's only one event anyways, so I may miss out, but honestly, it's not like I need it. The other thing I want to bring to your attention too is, guys, remember, if you are planning to go this route of unlocking Quasar all the way at 7 yellow stars by obviously collecting all these shards of Fantastic Four, you're also giving up the antimatter that you can be using to farm Gear Tier 20, right? So that's kind of the caveat there, is that you have to prioritize either Gear Tier 20, oh, that right here, so these pieces right here, or you prioritize your character shards just to dabble in this event that comes back once a month. So personally for myself, it's something I don't really care about. I got most of the milestones anyways, and I know Fantastic Four is around the corner. It is too bad of a missed opportunity, but it makes sense. I mean, Scopely needs to ensure that there's FOMO for folks to obviously spend their resources so they can participate in these events, and at the same time, they didn't make it possible so that Quasar is achievable by reaching a certain level with your team, whether it be yellow stars, gear tier levels, and so forth. So completely understandable. It makes sense from a business standpoint as well. Anyways, guys, hope this is helpful. Again, try to maximize as much shards as you can, but at the end of the day, you can get creative, like I said, using some different characters and combinations just to meet that threshold, and try to min-max the best rewards as you can. So I just wanted to give you guys just a quick recap because we didn't know what it was going to look like, but it does look like you do need to fully finish difficulty 10 to get all 7 yellow stars of Quasar. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Best of luck with the event. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.